Right, it's madman. So, as ultimately expected, but equally despised, the result has been Tommy has been remanded to attend court on Monday on charges of terrorism. Now, for you and I, terrorism would be running along London Bridge, stabbing people. Terrorism would be setting bombs off at a child's concert. Terrorism would be going into a child's dance centre and killing kids. Terrorism would be attacking a soldier outside his barracks. Terrorism would be all of those things. But in the eyes of the British establishment and the old bill, terrorism now is exposing the complicity of governments, authorisations, police, and so on and so forth in the grooming of young girls. That's terrorism. Mr. Robinson did a undercover covert documentary called Silenced. I've seen some of it. I've not seen all of it, but I've seen some of it, and I've heard what is being said. And what he did, he spoke to people, covertly, because they was too scared. They'd already been fighting these teachers, these headmistresses, these police officers, anybody within the community, even the families, had already been scared into not saying anything about it. So he did it covertly. And now he's on remand until Monday, when he will go to court and he will get sentenced for this, and he will go to prison, and he will have a price on his head because of who he is. All for exposing and opening the eyes of the mainstream people that did not know what was going on behind closed doors. People in the know. People in the know knew. But he exposed it to the mainstream population, and then he was silenced. He was told not to release it, otherwise he would be mullered. He even admitted he didn't release it originally, and he was ashamed that he didn't release it in the beginning. But then he did. He showed it. I think he showed it at the July march, and there was going to be an expose tomorrow down London for tomorrow's march. Because he knew full well he's the only one with access to that information, and he's the only one with a platform big enough to get it out to people who are being bullied and harassed into being quiet, into being silenced, which is what the documentary is called. Which brings us on to tomorrow. Again, brings us on to tomorrow. So now there's going to be upwards of 100,000 people in London tomorrow. 100,000 people already fuming at the death of the 3 girls in Southport, the murder of 3 little angels. People already angered that the 2 men in Manchester who smashed that woman copper up haven't been charged with anything yet. 100,000 people angered by the death at the hands of the political establishment and the judiciary of Peter Lynch. And they're going to go down. And now they're going down without the one voice that we've got. They're going to go down without the one voice that backs us, that we can believe in, the one voice that will tell it. There's others. There's Richard Inman, there's Paul Thorpe, there's Mayor Tusi, Lawrence Fox, etc., etc., Kay Hopkins, and so on and so forth. But the one man that has galvanised this country, the one man that has galvanised these people, us, the one man that has made it all right to be proud, to be British, and all right to be angry at what is going on, will not be there. So we're going to go down. 100,000 people, pissed off, fuming. And at the same time, there's going to be, as I said earlier, instigators sent in to our protest. It's going to be a counter protest, but there's going to be instigators sent in to try to rile some of the lads and lasses, sorry, being all politically correct and all that. There's going to be people going in. There's going to be You can guarantee, pretty much guarantee, that when you watch a pro-Palestine march, the police turn their back on the marchers, pay no attention to them shouting Intifada or whatever it is, jihad, from the river to the seas and all this shit. They turn their back on them. But you can guarantee the same coppers that are down there tomorrow will be pretty much suited and booted, ready for a kick-off. And there's going to be people there paid for by Keir Starmer and his union buddies to antagonise and wind us up. And the moment we retaliate, they win. Tommy Robinson has said from his appearance that, or prior to it, sorry, that he wants us to go and behave and do it the right way. I can only ask. I'm nobody. I'm not up on the stage. I'm nothing when it comes to it. But if we let them antagonise and rile us into a reaction, which is fucking justified, a reaction to the injustices of this country right now would be justified. Where's Guy Fawkes? You know, we're coming up to bonfire night. Look at the history of Guy Fawkes. Look what he was going to do. Where's he? Where's someone like that? Because we would be justified to retaliate. But we can't if we want a chance of getting our thoughts and opinions across. So tomorrow's going to be a day of differing emotions. There's going to be anger. There's going to be pride at being British. There's going to be a selection of flags. UK flags, English, Irish, Scottish, Wales, Northern Ireland. There's going to be flags from people who support the movement. But at the same time as that pride, there's going to be an anger and a resentment at all of this. There's going to be disgust and disdain. Take a cop to one side. Ask him nicely. Does he really want to police us the way they're being forced to police us? And I bet you pretty much, like I said before, 90%, 95%, 99% don't want to do this to us. They're British. They're serving the king. As are we. In our own way. But they're dictated by Killer Stalin, by his party. They're dictated to as what they have to do to us as to what they can't or won't do to the other side that's going to be there. The anger's real now. The anger is beyond real. But like I said, and like not just me, but like many others have said, we can't show that anger. We can't show that disgust, that disdain with the establishment because that's what they want us to do. So for Tommy, who has led this march, go back to his EDL days when he formed the EDL very early on in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, something like that. Go back to that. Go back to why he formed the EDL. Go back to all of that and look at how it's changed. Look at how far it's come. They can't call us racist thugs. Well, they can call us, but we're not. And we've got to show them tomorrow that we're not. No matter how bad you feel, how angry you feel right now. So, yeah. Again, as always, to everybody going down tomorrow. No face masks, because we are not Antifa. We are proud of what we stand for. We are proud of what we do and we are proud of what we say. We don't need to hide behind a face mask. No fighting. Don't let them get to you. If you see somebody getting riled up, just take them to one side, take her to one side. Calm it a little bit because that's what they're going to want. All it's going to take is one person to kick off. The old bill will go steaming in and then everything's going to go tits up. And that won't help Tommy in his case of being remanded right now. That's not going to help him, is it? We've got to do this for him. We've got to do this for the movement. We've got to do this for the future of the United Kingdom, for the future of Great Britain and our four great nations. So, as always, stand up, stand tall, stand loud and stand proud. Peace.